Okay. Okay, fine. So, ma'am, you see my screen, right? Okay. So today we're gonna learn about how we can use the operator, and using this operator, we will build a simple calculator. Okay. So that can calculate the data with user-friendly message and so on. So let's see and move forward. So first of all, I will create a Java Kotlin class that we are using the Kotlin. Okay. The name will be the calculator. So I can super cool calculator. Okay. Calculator. Okay. So it's just created a class. I don't need any class right now. So as the main function is the entrance of the program where the function will execute, so that we will write the main function first. Just write fun and keep the name as main, then it will generate the main function. Okay. So let me comment here.
Mark, please tell madam about the comment.
Yes, I'm telling. Ma'am, just a second. Just first of all, let me write the comment. Main function. Let's see, functm function where execute. Okay. So, ma'am, we have two types of comment in programming. Okay. One is the inline comment and another is the block comment. Okay. So inline comment means when you want to comment a single line only, then you have to use the single line comment. Like suppose I have a string value. Okay. Name, that is a string. Okay. Suppose this is okay. So suppose this is the code that is not using right now here. All this code is unnecessary. All or you think that this code will use in next. Okay. So on that time, how you will do? You have to keep this code here. Okay. So if you keep this code here, then it will execute directly. So to avoid such kinds of execution, you can make a single line comment. Just keep 2/ in front of the line. Okay. So this is just commented now. So this line of code will not execute.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a single inline comment. So suppose you are making a function that will work for multiple purpose. Example, I prepare a function here, right? This is the main function. So suppose new developer or new associate developer join to work on this function. Okay. So as he don't have any concern about this function, so I think he can read this comment as a documentation. So he will understand that what's going on into this function. Okay. So that's why we need to write the block comment. Block comment is very simple. Just keep 2/. Okay. Need to add 4*. Just keep enter. Then you can comment here. You can write anything here. Okay. You understand?
Yes.
Makes sense. Okay. So this is the block comment. So I keep a block comment in the top of this function because this is the main function. Okay. So let's move to our main topics. So today we will talk about the operator. There is actually some arithmetic operator like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus, increment, decrement, and so on. Okay. So for this, for the demonstration purpose, we can calculate something and print out something, but I think it will be better if we try to create a simple calculator here. It will be a real-time example, I think. Okay. So suppose example, we are going to be create a calculator where user can input the value. Okay. Suppose you want to add two values, you want to add two values or you want to addition two values, then you want to see the result of from this. Okay. So on that time, what you will do? You will keep two separate value into the two separate variable, then you will calculate it and keep the result into another variable, then you will print this variable, right? This is the simple make sense. Okay, so we can write all the code into the function, main function, but this is not a good approach actually. Okay, we have to keep the separate functionality for separate operations. Okay, so first of all, let me create a new function called configure calculator. Okay, this is the function name. Okay, so in this function, as I told you that our aim is to get input 2 values from the user, so we will keep 2 values here. So initially we can try with the integer, so that I can write something value here, like suppose I'm getting number one from user. Okay, it will be an integer. So another one is I can write number 2 from user. Okay, so this is completely separate number. So now let me brief you why I added this here. So as I told you that the single functionality will act as a single responsibilities, so that when we pass 2 integer value here for calculation or other operation, so it can easily receive the value from here and do all kinds of operation inside it. Make sense, ma'am? Ma'am, you understand?
Mark,
Yeah.
I think you should skip the function for now.
But function should need to know here also. This is also a function.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, okay, so let's make it. Okay, so here I receive the two integer variable here to receive 2 values. Okay, let me demonstrate to you to clear it more. So first of all, let's start making the code. First of all, I need to get a number from the user. I am keeping the same name to understand. Okay, I'm keeping the same name. This is an integer. I will specify it. So currently we can port it at statically, but I will demonstrate it in both sides, statically and dynamically. So user can input it here, and statically we'll calculate the result directly. Okay, so I'm adding here the number 2 from user integer. Suppose this is 200. Okay, so we keep 100 in this variable, 200 in this variable. Okay, so after getting this to value, we can directly pass this value to this function. Okay, so how we can pass? When I call this function into the main function, like configure calculator. Okay, see, this is asking for 2 values. Okay,
Yeah.
so this is asking for 2 values. So first one is for the number 1 from user, and second one is number 2 from user. So we can pass it simply here, right? Number 1 from user, and this is number 2 from user. Okay, so the both number I pass to this function. So currently we can assume that we can ensure that this value passed to this function. Got it?
Okay.
Okay, so now we will do the calculation operation here. Okay, this is the statically, because we have the default assigned value here. Okay, so okay, so first of all I will do the addition function. Okay, addition function. Okay, so for addition function I will create a variable called result, where I will store the result from number 1 and number 2 addition. Okay,
Yes.
so what I will do number 1 plus number 2. Okay, So see, number one value is 100, number two value is 200. So 200 and 100 will addition here using this arithmetic operator. Okay, so you logically we can understand according to our arithmetical sense that the result will be 300, right? Because here is 200, and if we add 100 more, then the result will be 300. So
Yeah.
if, as we are using this arithmetic calculator, the both variable value will assign here and add here. So after adding this value, we can assign this value and we can keep this value into the result. Okay, so now what we learned before, we have the print function to see the value, right? So you'll use the print here, print, and we can simply pass the result. You got, make sense, ma'am? So if I run the code from here, then you can see the result. I'm building this. And this is not the Mac machine, that's why it's a little bit slow. Okay, you see, ma'am, the result is 300.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. See it.
Okay, so I'm making some comment here.
Yes.
Arithmetic operators. Okay, then sorry, plus, minus. Okay, then we can add division, and you can see the multiplication, and we can write it here like this, addition. Okay, subtraction, division, multiplication. Okay, so I just make comment on it. Okay, so we also have a reminder also, so you will move on that later. So see, we got the result, right? We got the
Yeah.
result here. So we can customize the result. Suppose example, this is the output of user in the user UI. So how user will understand what's going on here.
Yeah.
It's just a value. So we can concatenate a message here also, right? So how we can do this?
Print.
We can do result is okay. Then we can pass the simply result. Okay, simply we can pass the result. You have to use $sign and curly bracket to pass the value,
Okay.
any variable. And the most important thing is curly bracket is not necessary all the time. Okay, when you have one more variable to pass to show into the message, then you have to pass the curly bracket to keep make sense this data is separately. Okay, so I just run it again. Let's see, this is the user friendly message, so that the user can understand what is actually the output with the concatenated message. See, the result is 300. Okay, okay, so makes sense. We do the addition here, so we can do other operation also for subtraction, division, multiplication. So can you tell me how we can do this? What actually need to change here? The same function, same logic.
Result. The sign.
Yes, of course. We have
Yeah.
to change this operator. Okay, I think you understand the logic. Okay, so let's move. So subtraction. Okay, so we can keep suppose we can write this name as addition result. Okay, so we can write this name as subtraction result. I'm doing it very doing it from scratch actually. Okay, to understand you, make sense. So suppose we need to subtraction is, so we can subtract from the biggest value to lowest value, right? So what we have to do, we have to pass the number two. Sorry, this is the subtraction, so we have to do number one into, this is the multiplication actually. Oh sorry,
Yeah.
I write the subtraction. So okay, so let's do the subtraction first. here, then you
Mark
have to
add
write.
space between the two operand,
Yes.
number one and number user from.
Yes. Okay.
No, I said add the space between the operator. Yeah, perfect.
Yes, easily we can use. This is the formatting actually. So
Hmm.
we can format it here like this. So, okay, so let's print it also. So I think you can write more specific message. Additional result is we can write here subtraction result is. So what we have to pass? We have to pass this variable because this variable contains the result of subtraction, right? So we pass it. So we can do the same things for all other function, right?
Yeah.
Multiplication, okay, multiplication, and we can write it here as multiplication and division, okay, division. So see the I'm passing this variable here, okay, and I'm also passing this division, it will be the division actually, division, okay. So I'm passing this division variable here, okay. So let's run the function. Before that we have to change the operator. This is the multiplicational operator, okay, this is the divisional operator. That's it. So let's run the code. Let's, oh shit, let's see. Okay, so see, so it will show this two value of for operation. So actually see here all the line, all the result into the same line. Ma'am, can you please identify what's the problem here?
The print, you need to put that line print.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
great. Yes,
Yeah.
that's great. So that's really great. Yes, I have to use the print line to keep separate everything. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on. See, this is the result.
Yeah.
Okay, so suppose you prepared this function, okay. Now you have a excitement that you will not assign such value here, you will receive this value from user.
Okay.
Okay, you can have such kinds of excitement, then you are going to be making calculator, so you will get the result from the user. So how we can customize this one? Okay,
Okay.
so let's move on. Let's move on. Okay, so how we can do it? So for this, what we have to do, we will not get value like this. Initially, we will print a message to the user. Okay, print. This is the print line. I am designing a message that this is a simple calculator. Okay, simple super cool calculator. Okay,
Okay.
this is a user friendly design actually, that we don't have any design, we have to design the console.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the message. So after printing that, the cursor will be like this into the run console, right? Okay, so I have to throw a user friendly message to the user that please enter first number, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's move on. Please enter first number. Okay.
Yeah.
See, so after putting pushing this message, we will get the value from the user. Okay.
Yeah.
So to get the value is Kotlin is too much easy using the input from keyboard. So how we can do it? Do this? Let's move on. Okay. So we will use the same variable. Okay. I just making comment on it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I just copy this one for number one. Okay. Then here is a function called readLine. You see? So
Okay.
read line is actually acting as like as he can get any types of data. Okay. After by using read line, you can enter any specific character at the rate of $sign. You can enter any character, you can enter any number, whatever you want. You can input from your keyboard. But as we are going to be make calculation, we have to input here integer value, right? So how we can do this? Okay.
Integer.
So to do this, we will assign the specification to the user that you have to input a integer value, right? So that we will use integer, okay, integer dot value of,
Yeah.
okay. Into the integer dot value of, we will simply pass the read line, okay. So if we need a float value, so how we can do? We need the float dot value of. Got it, ma'am? I think it will not work because here is a different one. I'm showing it later. First of all, let's complete with the integer, okay. So the second one is we have to we need to get another number from the message, right? Okay, fine. So the two value is received here. So after that, we can customize it more. Okay. Remember,
Hi.
Our
Hello.
join
hello, ma'am.
Yeah, I get disconnected.
Okay. So I got two integer number from the user with using user message. Okay.
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 Mark
Okay.
use
So
print in the first and second number when you are taking number from user. So user
The
able to
code integer that value.
so and
yeah.
also add a quotation or what it called, add a
Mhm.
symbol end of the number and use print
Yes.
instead of print line. So user able to
Yes.
say input print, user able to input data in a single line.
Yes. So let's do another thing. So we can customize this operator too here, right? We can get input this value too. James, what do you think?
Yeah, but for now just run it and show the result of
Okay, so we're just passing. So let's run it. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. So okay, see, it's asking for the number. See, cursor is
Mhm.
blinking. So suppose I add the first number is 50. Okay.
Okay.
Then I will press enter. Then it will ask for the second number. Okay.
Okay.
Then I will add suppose 20. Okay. After pressing enter, it will give the result. See,
Oh, okay. Give all the result.
yeah, all the result because I print all the message into the function. So
Function.
now you make sense. What is the benefit of using function? The
Yes.
function is responsible for configure all calculation. So you can write lots of feature functionality here, or you can keep different function for different feature, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So so any question on this?
Now, so if you want to do just the addition, so you just create a different function, and for
Yes.
subtraction.
Yes.
yeah
You can,
for addition, ma'am. Yeah, for addition you don't have to create a function. You just Mark, can you show the remove the function and show in
Mhm.
main function?
oh yes. Yes, for do
Just
this you can do it here like this. Result
just
is equal to,
comment out the function.
okay. I will not call this actually. Okay.
Mm.
Number 2. Then I comment out the function call. Okay.
Mhm.
So I will print a message here. Copy from here. Just pass the result. Okay. Now
Run.
you can do everything, and this is into the main function. But to keep the program simple and organized. Here is the getting the number. First number is 100. We choose the second number as 20. So the addition result is 120. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the user-friendly message to design the calculator actually. Okay. So you can do whatever you want. And the most important thing is we learned programming and attend different programming contests into the university using this approach. We started building a simple calculator. We started for the basic function. Then we are trying to give this as user friendly. Okay, so user can understand easily. Okay, so you can do it also. You can get input this operator too, right, James? We can easily design such kinds of this. So I think you make sense on it, right, ma'am? Okay. So okay, so this is actually the operator. So you can use other operator here by passing. Okay, this is the basic of how to use the operator. So James, I think you already.
Hello. Could you repeat, Mark? Actually, hello. Hello, Mark. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, James.
I think Mark is disconnected. Please
No.
wait.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So okay. So okay. So James, I think you already gave the lesson about the Boolean to the map, right?
Okay. Okay. Share. Provide access to share my screen.
Okay. Sure. Sure. Okay.
Okay. So I'm sharing my screen. Let me open IntelliJ.
Okay.
This. I need IntelliJ ID. So Kotlin training. So last training session, we discussed the Boolean and some other operators. So Mark discuss about the integer operator. So let's create okay, let's create a guessing game. So this will guess a random number. So for now, let me create a random object.
No, James,
So,
but before going to doing like this, I think you have to take the class based on the conditional logic, loops, breaks, arrays, and so
Yes,
on.
I
Okay,
think conditions and loop are much
Yes,
more
this is
important.
very important. Yes, James.
okay.
So
Okay.
please move on to the if else and loops. Okay.
So
This is
okay,
very
so
important because most of the time we used into the function, right? Like this.
okay, so let's talk about the conditional statement. So for now, I'm creating a new variable which will be an integer. So let's name it Mark, and this will be an integer.
Mark cannot be an integer.
I'll explain. This Mark is means different. So this will take some user data from user. So first of all, print something on the console. Just tell user enter your mark. So this will take an integer from user. So in here, I am using integer. Integer dot void. What happening here?
It is integer dot value up.
Integer dot
Yeah.
value up. No, the yes, integer dot value up. Yes.
Value of.
No, it will not work.
Okay,
Integer.
okay.
You have to write the generic name.
I took my first benches from here
Integer.
without mitigations at 1367.
Okay, let's say
INTEGER.
INTEGER. Yes. Integer
it's not
dot.
here.
Dot value up.
Dot value up. You can write. No problem.
Oh, this one.
Yes.
Okay,
Pass the
relay.
read line. Okay,
So
fine.
this will input from user. And in here, let's create a conditional operator. If so, like
What is that?
Kotlin, in Kotlin, sometimes we have to make decision from user input. So like if your age is 14, then you are old, or you are young. If your age is 20, then 10, then you are child. So how can explain to program to understand? So in here I create a print function which will print interior mark, and then take the number from user input. And in here the mark is, if the mark is equal like 18, so I'm printing, I'm using print line. You have got A plus, else
I think it should be greater than or equal,
you are failed.
because above the 18 and 18 plus, it will be the plus,
Okay,
right?
okay. For now, just I will. So, ma'am, if I run this application, run this code, so it's taking a little bit time to compile. Here you can see it's asking about interior mark. So if I enter 10, here you can see you are failed. So if I run it again and enter 980, so you got A plus. So this is a conditional operator, conditional statement. So in Kotlin, you will see lots of two types of conditional statement. One is if else, and another one is while. So I will talk about the if else in this training session. So actually, if take a Boolean operator, so like
James, I think you can make a CGPA calculator here to show the result.
yeah, I will for a demonstration. Actually, let's talk about the.
If mark is more than 80, will it give A plus or no?
Yeah,
More than or equality.
Well,
more than or equality. So I will have this operator is a
yeah,
equal operator. So before we use like
The
well
value
a
should be equal here, ma'am.
a 10.
yeah,
So this before we use a equal to 10. So that means 10, we are assigning 10 values into the a, but these two equal
equals
means
9 means
yeah,
equal or
equal.
greater to.
Okay, ma'am. I will come the greater
Yeah,
less than operator. So here you can see the mark equal. It means there is two type of operand here. The mark, if the mark value is 18 and our input value is 18, so if those two value are matched, then this program will execute. Like it will take a boolean data. So in here just let's remove all the. So let's take internet. Let's create a variable internet, which is a boolean type of data. So I am assigning boolean and false. So the internet, when internet connection available, it will print something internet connection available. So if it is false, if it is not available, not internet connection. So this is the if statement. It actually takes the boolean type of data. So here you can see if I run this, so it's printing the not available the internet connection. If I make
yeah,
it
because it's
true,
false.
if I make it true, then it will print the
Available.
internet connection is available. Yeah, this is the boolean data type. So I
Mhm.
create a boolean variable, and this if statement, if means if it's correct, then this will execute this block will execute the print this print line statement. If
Yeah.
it's false, then it will print this statement. So you can add multiple statement here, like multiple condition. So let's back to the previous code. So in here you can see the mark. So if the mark is greater than or equal 18, that means if the mark is greater than 18, then you will got a plus, or it less than you are failed. So if I run this now, let's enter 19. Here you can see you got a plus. So let's add more statement here. So in here, let's add another. So whenever you add multiple statement here, you have to use the if else block here. You can see we just use if and else. So let's add more statement here. So else if, that means else if mark is greater than 70, you have got a, and let's duplicate this line and see if it's 60, you got B, and C, or else will reflect you are failed. So here you can see I add 4 statement. If the mark is greater than 18, then it will print the A, you have got a plus. If it's more 70 or equal, if the statement is true, then it will print this line. So if no statement is true, like all the statement is false, then by default it will print the you are failed. So let's run the code and enter your mark. I am adding 64. So here you can see you got B according to the statement.
Mhm.
So if I run again and enter 40, here you can
Mhm.
see you got failed. So do you understand the if else statement?
Yeah, but I have one question. What if you have more than one? The last one, the else.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be else F. So the pattern is like F, else F.
Ma'am,
The last one
ma'am,
is else.
let me summarize you what is it actually.
Hmm.
So the if condition is the initial condition to check.
Mhm.
Okay. So suppose you have multiple condition. So you will check multiple condition one by one using else if. Okay.
Else F.
Suppose your all kinds of condition failed. So after such kinds of condition, or after all this condition, so you have to make a decision, right?
Mhm.
Suppose there is nothing, or I didn't fill up all the condition like that. Okay. So for such kinds of decision, you have to write into the else. You understand?
Mhm. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so let's remove this and let's add another conditional statement, which is when. So when is a statement. So yeah, when actually works in different approach. So you have to pass the mark here. So I'm passing mark, which is a value. In here, the when block, you have to declare some condition. So if the mark is if the mark let me add, no, it's not. So if the mark is okay, let's take string from the user. Readline, enter your name. So suppose we are in a bus station. So if I enter my name, then this will print something to show how many times I have to wait. So if the name is like the name. Okay.
Ma'am, you here?
Yeah, sorry, I get
It's okay. Just go ahead.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is the while statement. Here we can see. So if the result is enter your name. So I'm just name.
Mhm.
So name. If the name is Mark, that
Yeah.
means you are passing mark. So let's print. You have to wait till 2 p.m. Let's create another statement. So if it's Larry, you have to wait less than 30 minutes. If it's Aaron,
Why my time is longer than others?
you can go for buy a ticket. Suppose you are in a bus stop, you have to you are going to buy a ticket. So
So James, add
the
yourself to
system,
in else block and set the time that you have to wait for next couple of
I'm
days.
selling the ticket. I'm not
Oh,
waiting.
you are the
in the
supervisor of bus, right?
Yeah. So here it's asking enter your name. So if I enter Mark, so here you can see the system telling you have to wait till 2 p.m. And if I run it again, if I enter Larry, so you have to wait. I forgot to add the wait less than 30 minutes. Okay, so this is the another statement. While and
Okay.
you can put integer here like okay, let's just assign a variable which is age. So age equal by default I assign 30. So age, I am passing age. So if it's 10, then it will print print. Oh, maybe I have to add print. You are child. So if it's 20, print you are young. If it's 30, then it will print you are.
So I think James, we have to finish this as is train already.
Okay. Wait,
Ma'am, you understand this?
One question: if you use when, you don't need to do the FLs.
No. When is different things. When is different kind of statement.
Yeah.
So
you
yeah,
have to do FLs, but
When will only execute when the condition match. Okay.
Yeah.
Based on the passing parameter or data.
Okay.
So this is the basic difference actually. Okay, so I think we are good to go, and you understand all the stuff here. And so we have another daily stand-up meeting right now, ma'am. So if you have
Yeah.
any queries, I think you can practice it in yourself more and more.
Yeah, I can.
Okay, so any other question, guys, included ma'am?
So this is the for loop.
So it will print 10 times.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Okay, so I think we should leave. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for joining. Have a good day.